Let's get on board then. Naveen Mathur, Associate Director of Commodities and Currencies at Angel, to share his strategies with us. Naveen, hi. How would you look at the gold and silver prices? Is it a good day to buy? They have been oversold. The fundamentals still weak, but is it like a one-off trade where you could go long?
Manisha, if you see the morning session or the day, the way the gold prices have happened, we have seen kind of a 0.5% or 1% jump from the low levels yesterday. Gold is holding around $1,100 levels in the international markets, and I think Indian markets, which are trading at around 25,000 levels, are largely on the upside because of the depreciation of rupee, which we have seen today. The fundamentals, as you rightly said, are all bearish, and we know the factors. I think the gold has lost its sheen as a safe haven asset class. Now, if you see the Greece crisis over a period of time in the last couple of months or so, it didn't respond at all to that particular crisis as a safe haven. It didn't respond even for the Middle East tensions which we saw. So I think that particular safe haven sheen of gold is somehow diluted or muted these days. And with all the fundamental factors negative for gold, we feel the markets would remain bearish. Our strategy therefore would be, today what we have seen is just kind of a jump or kind of a reaction to rupee and just a low level fishing, the buying side happening, but otherwise the bearish trend would continue for a long time, and I think 24,000 levels would be something which we may see in medium term. And by medium term I mean to say that around 2 months time we may see prices may go down to a level of 24,000. Talking about intraday, technically we feel that the selling position on the August contract for MCX gold can be initiated at around 24,930 or so. Stop loss recommended at around 25,100, and targets on the downside can be seen in the range of 24,700 to 24,650 or so.
And it's bearish fundamentals that have continued for the energy market as well. We have seen a breach of $50 happen a couple of times in last 2 days itself. Do you see further declines? How is the crude prices looking on chart? Are we looking at 3,100, perhaps 3,000 coming back here?
Manisha, as of now, if you see the prices on the MCX gold contract in the futures market, derivative market is approximately 3,150, 3,160 levels. And if I talk about the WTI contract on the NYMEX, it's trading at around $49, $50 levels. Yes, we have seen a rally for the last 2 months, and at the same time, we also seen the rally coming up from, say, around $40 levels to $60, $65 levels, and again back to $50 levels. So I think the markets are pretty much bearish, but what I hear fundamental news is that the rigs in the US, the shale gas or the shale oil rigs, which initially cut their production levels because of the low prices and the cost of production. I think they again are building up to supply more, and I think one factor apart from this, the shale oil in the US is the Iran nuclear deal, which may impact the prices going down further. So I think the trend remains bearish on the supply side because of the oversupply. The trend remains bearish. Intraday, we would recommend to sell with a target to be seen in a range of around 3,100. Sell it at around 3,18090 and stop loss at around 3,250 or so.
All right, that's a second sell call coming in for commodities. And Naveen, what's your sense now for the base metal space? Because the data from US especially has picked up. The housing sales is at an 8-year highs, and the jobless and the other data that is expected today is also expected to be positive. Do you see some turnaround in this sector?
Manisha, honestly, if you ask me, there can be a knee-jerk reaction on the prices moving a little bit on the upside, but then I remain bearish for all the commodity pack, and we all know the China story. And China being the largest of the consumer on the base metal over a decade or so, I think that story would still prevail. We remain bearish for the medium term for the base metal pack, but intraday also, we would recommend to sell copper contract at around 345. It's trading at around 344.50. Sell it on the highs with a stop loss of around 350 and targets at around 340, 338.
All right, Naveen, appreciate you joining us and giving us all those calls. So it's not buying, but by selling commodities that you can make money into this sector is the view coming in from Angel. With that, completely out of time on hot commodities. Thank you for watching.